and it has both good and bad consequences. Wisdom lies in finding the correct level of government expenditure. In the budget for 2012-13, the estimate of plan expenditure was too ambitious, and the estimate of non-plan expenditure was too conservative. Faced with a huge fiscal deficit, I had no choice but to rationalize expenditure. We took a dose of bitter medicine. It seems to be working. We also took some policy decisions that had been deferred for too long, corrected some prices, and undertook a review of certain tax policies. We have retrieved some economic space. As I outline our plans and priorities, honorable members will find that I have used that economic space to advantage and to advance the UPA government's socio-economic objectives. The 12th five-year plan began in 2012-13. Anticipating a global and domestic recovery, total expenditure had been fixed at 14,90,925 crore rupees. Due to the slowdown and the austerity measures, the revised estimate is 14,30,825 crore rupees, or 96% of the budget estimate. The economic space that we have gained has given me the confidence to be more ambitious in 2013-14. I have been able to set the BE of total expenditure at 16,65,297 crore and of plan expenditure at 5,55,322 crore rupees. Honorable members will be happy to know that plan expenditure in 2013-14 will be 29.4% more than the revised estimates of the current year. All flagship programs have been fully and adequately funded. I dare say I have provided sufficient funds to each ministry and department consistent with their capacity to spend the funds. Now, it is over to the ministries and departments to deliver the outcomes through good governance, prudent cash management, close monitoring, and timely implementation. Madam Speaker, one side is economic policy, on the other side is economic welfare. We are a developing country. The link between policy and welfare can be expressed in a few words: opportunities, education, skills, jobs, and incomes. Every mother understands this. Every young man and woman understands this. My budget for 2013-14 has before it one overarching goal: to create opportunities for our youth to acquire education and skills that will get them decent jobs or self-employment, that will bring them adequate incomes, that will enable them to live with their families in a safe and secure environment. Let me assure honorable members that their concerns are my concerns too. I know their concern for the welfare and progress of the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes for whom the budget has sub-plans. I also know their concern that adequate funds must be provided for programs that benefit women, children, and the minorities. I have tried to meet these concerns as fully as possible. I propose to allocate rupees 41,561 crore to the scheduled caste sub-plan and rupees 24,598 crore to the tribal sub-plan. The total represents an increase of 12.5% over the BE and 31% over the RE of the current year. I reiterate the rule that the funds allocated to the sub-plans cannot be diverted and must be spent for the purposes of the sub-plans. I have made sufficient allocations to programs relating to women and children. Honorable members will find from the budget papers that the gender budget has rupees 97,134 crore and the child budget has rupees 77,236 crore in 2013-14. Women belonging to the most vulnerable groups, including single women and widows, must be able to live with self-esteem and dignity. Young women face gender discrimination everywhere, especially at the workplace. Ministry of Women and Child Development has been asked to design schemes that will address these concerns. I propose to provide an additional sum of 200 crore rupees to that ministry to begin work in this regard. I have allocated rupees 3,511 crore to the Ministry of Minority Affairs. This is an increase of 12% over the BE and 60% over the RE of 2012-13. The Maulana Azad Education Foundation is a main vehicle to implement educational schemes and channelize funds to non-government organizations for the minorities. Its corpus stands at rupees 750 crore. With the objective of raising it to rupees 1,500 crore during the 12th plan period, I propose to allocate rupees 160 crore to the corpus fund. The foundation wishes to add medical aid to its objectives. I have accepted that a beginning can be made by providing medical facilities such as an infirmary or a resident doctor in the educational institutions run or funded by the foundation. I propose to allocate rupees 100 crore to launch this initiative. Government is committed to provide support to persons with disabilities. I propose to allocate a sum of rupees 110 crore to the Department of Disability Affairs for the ADIP scheme in 2013-14 as against the RE of 75 crore in the current year. Health for all and education for all remain our priorities. I propose to allocate rupees 37,330 crore to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Of this, the new National Health Mission that combines the rural mission and the proposed urban mission will get rupees 21,239 crore, an increase of 24.3% over the RE. I propose to provide rupees 4,727 crore for medical education, training and research. The national program for the health care of elderly is being implemented in 100 selected districts of 21 states. Eight regional geriatric centers are being funded for the development of dedicated geriatric departments. I propose to provide rupees 150 crore for this program. Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and homeopathy are being mainstreamed through the National Health Mission. I propose to allocate rupees 1,069 crore to the Department of Ayush. The 6 AIIMS-like institutions have admitted their first batch of students in the academic session that commenced in September 2012. The hospitals attached to the colleges will be functional in 2013-14. I propose to provide a sum of rupees 1,650 crore for these institutions. Education is the other high priority. I propose to allocate rupees 65,867 crore to the Ministry of Human Resource Development, which is an increase of 17% over the RE of the current year. The Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and the Right to Education Act are firmly in place. I propose to provide rupees 27,258 crore for SSA in 2013-14. Investment in the Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan cannot be postponed any longer. Hence, I propose to provide rupees 3,983 crore for RMSA, which is an increase of 25.6% over the RE of the current year. Honorable members will be happy to know that thousands of scholarships will be given to students belonging to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes and minorities, and girl children in 2013-14. I propose to allocate rupees 5,284 crore to the various ministries for the purpose, as compared to rupees 4,575 crore in the RE of the current year, an increase of nearly 700 crore rupees. The midday meal scheme will be provided rupees 13,215 crore. The reconstruction of the Nalanda University has gathered momentum. The government is committed to the creation of Nalanda University as a center of educational excellence. Madam Speaker, I commend the ICDS for being able to spend the entire amount of rupees 15,850 crore provided in 2012-13. In recognition of the needs of children, I propose to allocate rupees 17,700 crore in 2013-14, representing an increase of 11.7%. The focus will continue to be on early childhood care and education. Maternal and child malnutrition in a country with abundant food grains is a shame that we must overcome. A multi-sectoral program that was announced last year will be implemented in 100 districts during 2013-14, and it will be scaled up to cover 200 districts the year after. I propose to allocate a sum of rupees 300 crore for the program in 2013-14. Clean drinking water and sanitation have a number of beneficial externalities. I propose to allocate rupees 15,260 crore to the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation as against the RE of rupees 13,000 crore in the current year. There are still 2,000 arsenic and 12,000 fluoride-affected rural habitations in the country. I propose to provide rupees 1,400 crore towards setting up water purification plants. The Ministry of Rural Development steers a number of flagship programs. We estimate that they will be able to spend rupees 55,000 crore before the end of the current year. And I propose to allocate rupees 80,194 crore in 2013-14, marking an increase of 46%. MGNREGS will get rupees 33,000 crore, PMGSY will get rupees 21,700 crore, and Indira Awas Yojana will get rupees 15,184 crore. The objectives of PMGSY have been substantially